All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
Good morning and welcome to this weekend's NASCAR Quick Hit here for Ship It Nation. I am Eric, also known as TheGame on Discord, and this morning, or this afternoon, whenever you might be listening to this, we'll be discussing the Wurth 400 taking place at good old Texas Motor Speedway. But before we go ahead and break down that slate, let me, of course, mention us over at shipitnation.com. Everything you need to have success with DFS for less. That's right. One-stop shopping for all things DFS. MLB is in full swing. Daily baseball. It is awesome. The playoffs are here. 76ers won Game 7 last night. I don't consider myself a major basketball fan, but I always give old BG Little Neck and his slate plans over there a view, and I consider myself a 76ers fan, so I jumped in on that Game 7 action last night and cashed. So thank you to the NBA team for that. Hockey playoffs is in full effect as well. Golf is here. College football and NFL will be here before you know it. And of course, NASCAR every weekend. So ShipItNation.com, your one-stop shop for everything. Of course, if you aren't already aware, 5 days, all access, everything, literally everything, $19. All right. That includes SaberSim and Discord. So if you want to give us a shot, $19 for just 5 days. All access packages there also on the screen as well. As always, going yearly is the key to get the best deal for that. We also have single sport packages, PGA, NBA, NASCAR. If you just want me, if you only want me, monthly with SaberSim, $49. Guys, ShipItNation.com, your one shop for everything you need for DFS. All right, let's get back over to this logo here. Perfect. My notes. All right. This weekend, the Cup Series is on Fox Sports 1 in America with pre-race coverage starting at 2 o'clock and race coverage beginning at 3:30 Eastern time today, Sunday. The NASCAR Cup Series, as I mentioned earlier, is headed to Texas Motor Speedway for today's running of the Wurth 400. Texas is a 1.5 mile high tire wear intermediate racetrack that has already produced some pretty good racing this weekend. The Truck Series race was excellent. We'll touch on that when we talk about our pole sitter here in a second. And yesterday, I thought the O'Reilly Series race was fairly good as well. So 2 for 2 for good races on Texas this weekend. Hopefully we see a third today. News and notes from practice. Let me go ahead and pull up our Stone PDF here. News and notes from practice. The more high profile of the two we'll start with, which is good old Bubba Wallace. Bubba spun and got hard into the wall late in Group A practice, and the damage was bad enough that 23XI did decide to roll out a backup car. Bubba starting the race in 37th position. He did not attempt a qualifying lap. The other story from practice was Austin Dillon. He ran like 5-6 laps, enough to get a 5-lap average, and quickly pulled in for an engine change. So he's starting dead last. And I want to mention that his teammate, Kyle Busch, is starting 6th. So we know the RCR engines have speed in them for at least 1 lap. Will they be able to hold together for the whole day? Who knows? There is some positive juju around RCR this week. Kyle Busch had a crew chief change on Monday announced. I got to be honest with you, I forget now who is his crew chief. But then I believe maybe it was that same day or later on in the week, there were reports that they had like a big RCR powwow, and Kyle like spoke to the team and he was very supportive, and he stated that his next win's going to be his best win and his biggest win. And like even Austin Dillon came out with like some like positive Kyle Busch words, etc., etc., etc. So, am I saying to play Kyle Busch today? No, I'm not playing him at 6. I don't think he'll stay up there all day. But there does seem to be some positive juju around this team when there literally hasn't been any at all this season. So something to definitely keep an eye on. The fact that Kyle Busch is 6,800 breaks my heart, but he's worth it. And he's not worth it, but he's definitely earned that DraftKings price tag. So yeah, we'll see if the new crew chief is what Kyle needs. Anywho, back to Bubba and Austin. I consider both Bubba Wallace and Austin Dillon to be quote unquote free squares, at least for cash games today. Bubba Wallace was caught up in an accident last year. However, he finished 7th back in 2024 and 3rd back in 2023. And in 2023, he led 111 laps. So we all know Bubba Wallace is normally not a 37th place car. He should get you plenty of place differential points today, assuming all goes well. Austin Dillon, in my opinion, is kind of getting slept on, and he shouldn't. Last year, he got caught up in an accident and finished 36th. However, 2024, he finished 8th. And then last year, he finished 7th. So, I mean, you take out that one outlier, that's pretty good, right? And that's 6,500, and he's starting dead last. And we know the engines are fast. Kyle Busch put a 6th place qualifying lap down. So I love me Bubba Wallace and Austin Dillon today. All over them. All over both of them. And while I'm talking about some of these back markers, I might as well touch on Ryan Blaney. Blaney has literally been one of the fastest cars week in and week out of the NASCAR Cup Series. He had an uneventful practice. He had a slow 1 lap, but then his car did show some decent long run speed. And then his qualifying came up and he absolutely whiffed it. When I was doing my my pre-show research and my pre-slate plan research this morning, I had to go back and pull up the Prime broadcast to watch his qualifying effort. And he just missed it. He missed turn 1, and that was all she wrote. And there's only 1 lap in qualifying at Texas, so he messed up that one time, and he got gifted a 31st place finish for that. We all know Blaney is not a 31st place Ford, right? Fastest week in and week out, even with his pit crew doing their best to ruin it for him all of the time. So cash games this weekend, Blaney, Wallace, Dillon, click them, pair them with a potential Dominator, and you have the makings of a very solid cash lineup or GPP lineup, to be honest with you. Blaney, Bubba, and Dillon, big chalk today, but they all are in line for fantastic points days. DraftKings points days. Anyway, who knows about real NASCAR points, but we don't care about that here. All right. I care about that in my show tonight, but that's a different topic for another time. All right. Let's go ahead and do a quick starting lineup wrap up here, and then we'll wrap this baby up. So starting on the pole is Joe Gibbs' Nightmare. Both Spire Motorsports Chevys. Well, there's 3, but 2 of them are starting on the front row. Carson Hocevar and Daniel Suarez. Hocevar's second pole at Texas. I think he has more than 2 poles in his career. I need to check that though. Look, Hocevar is the man of the hour. In fact, his odds went down from when I last looked at this morning. We obviously know he won Talladega last weekend and had the celebration beyond all celebrations. Then he came out bound and determined on Friday night to win that truck race, and he did. Then he went out and put it on the pole for the Cup race today. Kid's fast. Everything's coming up Hocevar right now. Is he going to be able to lead enough laps today to pay off? I don't know. We haven't really seen him truly dominate a race yet. Yes, he won last week at Talladega. Yes, he's shown speed, but he really hasn't put together like a 100+ lap performance at a track like this. 100+ leading lap performance at a track like this. Do I think he'll lead laps today? Absolutely. How many is he going to lead? I don't know, because there's some big dogs behind him. Suarez right behind him. He's been fast all season. I kind of think he's going to be swallowed up and lose some spots. I'm going to have a hard time playing Hocevar today. Row 2, Buescher and Hamlin. Love me both of them. Hamlin, awesome. He's probably my top Dominator for today, truthfully. Fantastic on this tire set, and they've used this tire in all intermediates this season. Fast Toyotas, so love me some him. Buescher, fantastic at all intermediates and good long run speeds, so don't sleep on Buescher either. Row 3, Briscoe and Kyle Busch. I love Briscoe today. He doesn't have the greatest history here or the greatest track type history. However, he is in a Joe Gibbs Toyota, and we all know he has the talent to dominate, and we've seen him do it before. He should be in your Dominator pool, absolutely. Kyle Busch had a less than fantastic practice, came out and put a fast lap down. He wasn't ever top of the boards, but he was the fastest Chevy for before the Spire Boys came out. So yeah, like, that car has one lap fast speed. Is it going to give him anything today? Like, for the long term, I need to see more to be back on the Kyle Busch train. So even though he's 6,800 and he's starting close to the front, I'm not taking that bait. Bell and Reddick are next. Bell, I don't really consider him a Dominator option today. Could he always? Absolutely. He's in the odds to win, but he's not really great Texas history here. But again, he's in a fast Toyota. We all know what Reddick can do. 5 wins already on the season. Absolutely fantastic Texas history. So would not be surprised to see Reddick win number 6 today. And that's crazy to say. That's crazy to say. Bowman and Gibbs up next. Yeah, I'm not really into either of them just because there's better plays at that price point down the row. Kyle Larson, he won yesterday. He showed good speed in practice. Decent, maybe 10.5. He's what? He's the cheapest of the big 3. Hamlin is what? 11. Reddick 10.7. Larson 10.5. Yeah. So he's the cheapest of the big 3. He's probably my least favorite of the big 3. But would it surprise any of us to see Kyle Larson like dominate and like lead 100 plus laps today to win? Absolutely not. So just Toyotas have been a little bit faster this season. Connor Zilic, I have no interest in him until Trackhouse shows some like good speed and week in and week out. Like, the kid has all the talent in the world, but he's just not in a great car right now. So he's no for me. Cindric, I'll take a shot. No problem. Cindric's almost like an every week pool guy for me. He's just like solid most weeks. Elliott and Byron, yeah, I'll play them both. I wish they were cheaper, but they're the good Hendrick cars and they're starting mid-pack, so give them here. Ross Chastain, no, I have zero interest in Ross today. Love me some Corey Heim. As long as we keep getting this Corey Heim at cheap prices, yup, give him here. Riley Herbst, I'm going to say it. I'm going to play me some Riley Herbst today. He's cheap. He's in a fast Toyota, and he has had some like surprising runs, like quote unquote surprising. Like, he's made an optimal lineup or 2 this season. So Riley Herbst, welcome to the player pool. Michael McDowell's up next. He's probably the one Spire car I will make sure is in the player pool. Not the greatest history here at Texas for you longtime NASCAR fans. He smashed the wall a ton years ago when he was driving the old Aaron's Dream Machine. That's a throwback. God, I'll never forget where I was on that day when he smashed that wall. I was in the Fairlane Mall. So if you know where that is, that's where I was when he hit the wall that day. So Michael McDowell, 6,400. Yeah, I'll play him for sure. Fast Chevy, absolutely. Ryan Preece, yep, play him. I like me some Ryan Preece today. Eric Jones, I can't get into that. Ricky Stenhouse, yeah, I'll play some Stenhouse today. Doesn't seem to have the best history here. I mean, a D- track rank, but looking at the price point, you're gonna need and other plays we're playing, we gotta have some cheapies, right? So I'll include Stenhouse there. Logano, no. Barry, no. Keselowski, yes. Look, Logano has burned us so many times this season, and the fact that he's still 9,200 blows me away. So I don't think there's any shot Joey Logano storms for the field and dominates this race. Could he finish top 10 for sure? But at that price tag, I feel like there's better plays. Josh Berry just been struggling this year, so he had good long run speed, yes, but I can't click it. Keselowski, yeah, he's old man Keselowski, qualified mid pack and is good at these high tire wear racetracks, as seen by the track type ranking. So yeah, I'll play some Kez. Allmendinger, Custer, Gregson, Ware, SVG. Those are probably all no's for me in a row. Then you get to the heavy chalk of Ryan Blaney. Yep. Gilliland. Love me Gilly. I think when I did my research this morning, he's like 5, like, what is it? Like 3 top 20s in a row with like, I forget what the stat is, but like his last couple races are like a 17th and 11th and something else. So like, for the price tag that Gilliland is and where Gilliland usually qualifies, he's been doing very well. Now, yes, one of those racetracks was Bristol, one of those was Talladega, and the other one was Kansas. So those are some iffy racetracks, but still, I love me some Gilly today. We'll make sure he's in the pool. John Hunter, probably not for me. Yes, Legacy Motor Club is in Toyotas, but they're like the slow Toyotas. So that's a no for me. Zane Smith, yep, we'll be playing him. Ty Dillon, probably not. Chad Fincham, oh my God, no. 0, don't, please. Just he's going to be 1,000 laps down, and there's not even 1,000 laps in this race. That's how slow Chad Fincham is. And then Bubba Wallace and Austin Dillon, we've already spoke about. So yes, they are clicks for me. All right, hey, that's it for me. It's 9:33 on Sunday morning. As of this recording, no drivers to the rear. I don't expect to hear any of that information till like near the lunchtime hour, a little bit after. So as always, I'll report to Discord for that. Good luck in your slates today. Formula One locks at 1 o'clock Eastern. While we don't cover Formula One here, that is racing to gamble on. So that is at 1 o'clock Eastern, so get your lineups in for that. And then this is after 3:30. I think it's like a 3:45, like lock time or something like that. So fun times ahead. Thanks for watching. Let's ship it.